Welcome to Closet Life. And you may ask, what is Closet Life? I'm here to tell you. Closet Life is crafted to peruse the fabulous closets of celebrities and influencers, to stimulate conversation about philanthropy, spirituality, and of course, fashion and style. Hello, what's up everybody? This is Sammi Hayne on Everything I Love, and I'm excited to start with my first passion, which is fashion and style. And today we are here in the state of Georgia to look at a beautiful, palatial closet by a woman of style, grace, and poise. I can't wait to share with you who it is. Stay tuned, we're coming at you. I am incredibly excited today to be in a room with this phenomenal woman. She's a woman of power, excellence, grace, and poise. Of course, great style. Plus, she is currently the Vice President of Creative at BMI. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here to the stage, Catherine Brewton. What's going on?
Hi, Sammy. Hi.
It is so good to have you here, and I just thank you for being a part of SammiHaynes.com Closet Life.
I love that, and I absolutely love Closet Life.
Yeah, all things fabulous.
Thank you.
So we have to dive right into it. So
Okay.
tell us, what is it like for one day to be in the designer shoes of Catherine Brewton?
You know what? I think a lot of times it comes with just understanding that to walk in any pair of shoes, designer or some shoes from Payless, it's the same responsibility.
Right.
I just happen to like designer, but I'm not above, wearing whatever shoes I have access to. But it's a blessing. I don't take for granted the journey. I enjoy the fact that with what I do doesn't define who I am. I really live for purpose-driven opportunities. They don't always come with the easy answer sometimes, but I just try to be purposeful in everything I do, and I like to be fashionable in doing that.
And you do it well.
Thank you.
And one of the things that I really love at the core, I know that you have a heart to give and to help those in need. And henceforth, you started Hope for Harvest.
Correct.
Like, where birthed that idea and nonprofit?
My mom, about 40 years ago, lost my father in a community to gun violence. And we moved away, and in that grief, she decided she would move back and not allow other kids to suffer the loss that she had suffered. And as children, I think I was 5 or 6 years old, I didn't understand the magnitude of what had transpired, but what I watched is my mother become a champion to other children who had lost parents to drugs and gun violence. And so in 2008, I lost my mom, and she was a Mother Teresa of a community that everybody had written off as just doomed, and began to restore lives by offering them food and clothing. And she said, yet a man can't receive the word until you feed their physical. How can you hear from God? So I learned as a child the basic principles, the fundamentals of the giving principle. And so when she died, I was left all of this stuff, these buildings and these people who, needed her support. And I remember I buried my mom December 5th, and on December 7th, my aunt called and said, well, we have to do a Christmas dinner and feed the homeless. I said, but what does that mean? She said, well, we feed 500, 700 families. It was daunting. And I began to, in that moment, still incredibly grief-stricken at the loss of my mom, who was my best friend, began to get calls from various celebrities saying, hey, how can I help? Many of them flew in, and we all got in line and served. And that was the beginning of the journey that ultimately for her was called Harvest Kitchen. Yeah. And then I gutted a building and built a building out to serve children. I said, for me, I didn't want to have to be at a place where we're serving people from a shelter. Right. I want to get to their children and show them that there is a better way. You don't have to end up in that place. So I dedicated in 2016 a building called the Barbara Brewton Cameron Youth Center, Hope for Harvest Youth Center. So that's where we're doing the work. It's a building that's dedicated to my mom, and the legacy that she left, I've continued through a youth center, which was her last wishes.
Right. That is extraordinary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is not over. We're getting ready to take it to the next level in style and fashion. It's all about spirit, philanthropy,
Yes.
and also, of course, great fashion. As you know, she got fashion on lock. So, to the next level. We'll be right back. Girl, you got it going on. So we gotta talk. Let's dive into your fashion. When did this start? Like, when did you fall in love with fashion?
You know, my mom and my mom's sister, my mom had one sister, they were always to me just like, you know how the kids have to go upstairs and the parents are down. And my mom was never a big like party person, but they would have friends over and they're listening to music, but the women were always done, and my aunt and my mom were always done. So I always paid attention. And so
it's inherent.
I think it is.
How does it work with Catherine's Closet and Hope for Harvest? I've seen that on Instagram, social media, and your website. How does it work? How do you choose from all of this what you will put into the Catherine's Closet?
Here's my philosophy. I take stuff off to make room for new, and then I put it on Catherine's Closet. 20% of everything that I sell goes to my foundation. So I make it a point to find a reason to give out of my access.
And it's a lot of access. So I got to like, can we get into fashion right quick?
Yes.
A little history here. I see Hermes, Louis Vuitton, vintage bags. Wait, tell me, this is like a passion? Where do we start?
The bags, a lot of the Louis up top is vintage pieces. I was saying earlier that these pieces are so much better quality than some of the new, and I buy new Louis all the time. Right. This is a new piece. That's a skin. This is a McQueen. Extremely excited about the whole Tom Ford piece. The pieces. This was a recent gift. It's a Python McQueen that has a matching belt that I just shot in. There's lots of Gucci. This is a vintage Chanel that I've had forever that is a masterpiece. Another McQueen skin gold, that's a masterpiece. A Gucci, that's a runway piece, that's really a classic work bag. Fendi. So it's just whatever feels like good and authentic to me.
But not only do you have a love for bags, you also
let's talk about this.
How do we get over here and make this happen?
A Louis, another skin. Again, I'm very big on skins. D Squared is doing all of these amazing pieces with fur. Another D Squared that, again, loving. A Fendi boot that has pony hair. Again, a oldie. Tom Ford, you have to see this. This is another sexy. Never worn, sad but true. I'm also really big on care. So all of my shoes I get resurfaced. This is new, I haven't worn it, but that's a resurface. I have a shoemaker in LA that's called Pasquale's. I have to give them like a shout out. They put bottoms on all of my shoes. So if you can see, I put rubber soles on all these shoes so they wear well. And when I get ready, if I decide to get rid of anything, the resale is good. So
you have to give any woman that's out here your advice in terms of your one tip in fashion that you think every woman should know.
Don't be afraid to do highs and lows. I might have on a $10 Target t-shirt and a $500 pair of jeans. I don't believe it's about a price tag. I believe it's you be able to put together pieces that make sense for you. A third piece, which is my good old sister Marla always said, always have a good third piece. So I believe in, layering. I love good jackets. I love scarves. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of good scarves. So I never leave home without a good scarf and a third piece. So that's highs and lows. If you're going to do a good shoe and a good bag, you can put on a basic pair of Levi's and a good a good jacket and a basic tee, and you're ready to go. So don't be afraid of a good high and low moment.
When is one of those moments that you knew without a doubt, like, I am killing the game when I walk into this room? This is the fire's outfit from head to toe. What night was that, and what was it like?
It was probably, it's two events. Marie Claire featured me for fashion probably in 2015.
Wow.
And that's a fashion major publication. So I was like, what do you mean? So that was a moment. And I think my award shows, I give so much credit to, I started out with Ray J, not, what am I saying, Ray J? RJ, and Jason now is my hair, and then I've used Nor and Keith and a number of folks. I've just been consistent in my glam. I'm not trying to chase anything. I know kind of what works for me, and having been photographed and kind of my fashion has evolved. I've not always been this, but I've always been consistent in my look, and certainly I believe that just me feeling good about me always resonates versus me seeking affirmation about what I look like.
You gave us a lot. You gave us a lot. Oh my God, this is a beautiful woman. You know, fashion is always about evolution. It is never the same. You grow every day, every minute, every second. Catherine, thank you.
Thank you
for allowing us to come into your space, your home, and to heaven.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Tell us, like, how can we find you on social media as well as websites?
C_Brewton is my website. I'm sorry, is my Instagram and all my social handles. Hope for Harvest _1 is my foundation, and at Catherine's Closet is where you can find all these goodies. Y'all better check me out. There's some good stuff coming for the holidays.
Giving to help somebody else. SammiHaynes.com is where all your closet life will be. This is only just the beginning, because it's about to get better and better. Stay tuned for more good fashion at SammiHaynes.com.